Hello, my girls. Happy best day ever. G-Fit is coming back. She is back. She is here. She's back on planet Earth. It just kind of takes a little while to resurface and to come back after an incredible retreat. I've been in the clouds, but you know what? I've been in the clouds for a good reason. So here we are. I'm a fashionably late because I had something come up, but here we are. I could not resist sharing this recipe. We've got quite a few little announcements to talk about, and then we're going to dive into this amazing recipe with a little twist. Well, no, it's not really a twist. Well, kind of. I mean, it's a creative twist to one of the recipes that's for this month. So let's give it up for our recipe section in the app now. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to show you right here because, you know, that's just how things work. You say something, you put it in an email, you put it in a push notification, and then 5 months later, people are like, I had no idea that that was even a thing. That's amazing. And I'm like, where have you been? Okay, where have you been? I try to put it out there, but I realize, you know, we're all busy people, so I got to put it out there a little more. So in the app, okay, we all know what the app looks like, unless you're like, what app, Gina? We all know what the app looks like, right? Okay, so in the app, you'll see there's a little bit of a glare, but under this month, right here where the star is, you can't really see it, so I'm going to walk you through it. Where that star is, at the very top, you see this month. You see this month, and then you see right there where it says monthly meal plan recipes. You click that little link, and now we have all of the recipes right there that are included in this month's menu. And that is you're welcome, because I realized how many people were like, where do I find that recipe that's listed? So I'm like, why not create a section? So all of the recipes that I work hard to create and also work hard to implement into our menu are right there for you. So there's 6 this month. So if you can just try one recipe a week, you know, and there's many recipes that are there that you've never tried, try one, even one a month if you want to start small. And eventually you're like, oh my gosh, I want to try all of them. But they're really a great way to work them into your weekly. Is just look at that section, try a recipe. All of them are simple creative, so they don't take a whole lot of time or ingredients, including today's. And really, like, I really want you to start to have some fun with the foods, because that's how we don't diet. And I know I say this a lot, but I'm like, it always just blows my mind. I was having a conversation last week at a baseball tournament, and I was just listening to just the diet stories, and you know, one of them's like, it's a male, and he's like, yeah, I've lost so much weight and I've realized I just got to cut back on my calories. I mean, we all know, you know, of course you got to probably watch how much you're eating, but he's like, I just can't eat as much and I'm fasting, and I'm listening to him go, and I'm like, right before the holidays, and you're fasting and you're having micro meals, and I'm just thinking, I mean, God bless you for doing that. I want to give you all the kudos and yay. Like, I'm so proud of you for trying to take ownership of your health. But I'm thinking, oh, that sounds so miserable. It sounds so miserable. And then I have that soft side of me that's like, I understand why people fall off of their diet. I get it. And I understand why, like, people can't make this a lifestyle, because I tell you this. If I had to diet and I had to have micro meals and I had to like count a calorie, you know, I would have given up a long time ago. I would have been like, it's way easier to just, you know, I don't know, not do this. And for those of you that were at the retreat, you can vouch that this girl likes to eat, right? I'm like going back, and plate after plate after plate. There were no bowls, so it was like multiple plates. So we all know that we all have appetites and we love to eat. So I'm so grateful for our lifestyle. I'm so grateful. Okay, which brings us to the next topic of gratitude. I love this month because I'm such a gratitude junkie. You know that. I really am. Like, I people get bugged by how grateful I am for everything, but it's really been a tool that's changed my life among many. And why? Because I feel like I've always kind of seen the glass as half full. I mean, what do you think this is? This is for sure half full. I've always seen the glass as half full. That's my dad and me. He's always just, sees the good in everyone. But over time, practicing more and more and more, I just, you see how when you start to like rewire your brain and find the craziest things that one would be like, that really sucked. And you're like, I'm so grateful for that thing. Like this morning, I am so grateful that I had a rocky morning. I am so grateful. You know why? Because I had to remind myself that not every day is going to go my way. And how selfish of me to sit here and think that every day is going to go my way. Like I had to really have that conversation with me and be like, this is life. Like we don't meditate to make, so that you get good at meditation. You meditate to get good at life. And I'm thinking, this is why I continue to meditate, because I still am always trying to get better at living life and how we're able to like take our circumstance when things don't go your way, AKA lights are on first thing because people in your house decide to wake up early. It's like, that's life. For you to think that you're going to manipulate and mold, this perfect little bubble as you walk through life is ridiculous. So I had that little conversation with myself this morning and that little pity party. And I was like, just stop, Gina. You're being annoying. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, I had to have that conversation with this negative thing over here. And then I dropped off my kids and I had a moment. And then I was like, you know what? I tuned in to what I needed, which I'm trying to teach all of you to do. And it was like, swim, run, swim, run. And normally, you know me, I'm a swim girl. And I was like, running. That's what really I'm needing right now in this moment. So I went for an amazing run. And I was just full of all this gratitude for like being able to pull myself out of that situation, because so many people don't, right? You have something that comes up and then you just are stuck in that for the rest of the day. You're like, this sucks. This really is just a bummer. And the rest of my day is just going to unfold. Just like when you make a bad food decision, right? So many people then like just let everything go. Like they throw in the towel. And so as I was running, I was so grateful for how my morning went, then the ability to check in with myself and say, what is it that I need? And to know which tool to pick, because we got a plethora of tools and we have a million tools. You can have a huge plethora of tools, but do you know which one to use when? So I tuned in. I'm like, okay, we're pulling out this tool. This is the one I'm pulling out today. Okay. And so I pulled it out and went for my run. And then as I was running, I was just like, the sun and all the things. And then as I was coming back, I was just so grateful that it was such a mood shift in our mantra, that movement, movement over victimizes enemy. I was so grateful for that mantra, because this morning I was being a victim and I chose to move and to over victimize, to get out of my own way. And I was like so grateful to have the ability to do that, right? And here's how we do that. You do these steps that I just did. You have your little pity party, and then you tune in to what your body needs, and then you execute through movement, right? You've got to get this energy out. And you might be like, okay, well, movement, good. I'm going to run, I'm going to work out. There's all different types of ways to get this energy out, because all it is this stuck energy. And so I went on a run. That was a great way to move energy. Then I came back and I did my plank challenge, and I was like, this is another good way to move energy. And then I came back and I did a little dance party in my kitchen, and I was like, whoo, moving energy, dance party of one. And then I went into my room and I finished my meditation, since this morning's meditation was not that great. And, sometimes you got to have the uniform, even though nobody was here. This is a good one for my kids. To remind them, there we go. You got to have the right uniform when you're meditating so that people know what you're doing. So I spent a little bit of time in meditation, moving that energy, and all of a sudden I came downstairs and I could smell the recipe and the butternut squash, and I was like, best day ever. mic drop. And this is how it's done, because you see how my morning started, but you see how I took control and I took action and I implemented all of the tools that I teach you and that I implement myself. And I think that there's so many, I don't think, I know, there's so many people that are coaches and trainers and this and that, and they're saying the same, but they're not doing the do. Okay? And the separation is that everything I teach and preach, I am walking with you. I'm not just saying it because I know it worked for somebody else. I'm saying it and I'm teaching it because I am walking it with you. Okay? Like, I'm no different than you, and we are in this together, like holding hands, sister to sister, walking through this life together. And that's what I think is so beautiful and so unique and so different about what we've created. Not only have we cracked the code, but like we're doing this together. And I just that is super, super important to me, because I see a lot of this and not a lot of action. And so when you can combine wisdom with actually like hand to hand doing it with you, it's just a beautiful, unique combination. So today I'm so grateful for how crappy my morning started, because it reminded me of the power of what we're doing. So do you see how this gratitude and these gratitude moments really can help you to just kind of see things differently and to flip the script? So every day, start practicing every day. It's not just November, right? But like November, we're really hitting it. Like this morning, Jennifer posted, yesterday she posted her morning sunrise. Today she posted this beautiful butterfly with this beautiful birds of paradise. And it was just such a simple photo, but it was so beautiful. And it's like, how awesome is that? So really focusing on gratitude gets you out of your mood. And it did that today. So, yeah, I would love for you to share your gratitude. I know I'm telling you to post it in our group, but please share your gratitude post here. What are you grateful for today? What are you grateful for? Like when you close your eyes and you think the hard, the good, the pretty, the ugly, what are you grateful for today? And share it. Like the more we can share, the more we just naturally fill up with the gratitude, and then all the negative stuff starts to just kind of fade away. Just starts to kind of just fade away, because it's just natural. Like if you pour more gratitude in the cup, you're going to dilute all the other stuff. So pour, share your gratitude post right here. All right, ladies, before we get into our recipe, I want to give a shout out to Jill, who gave this week's mantra. She gave the mantra all about now. Now stands for new outlook within. And we were sitting in an intention setting circle during the retreat, and she had this just a aha moment of now. She created her own mantra and she shared it with us, and she's like, I created a mantra. It's an acronym. It's now, new outlook within. And it was just so cool to see her, to see her like not only create her own mantra, but for her to be able to speak out this wisdom of this new outlook within. And, many of you might know Jill, might not. I've been witnessing Jill's new outlook coming to surface over the past couple years, from just a phone call to an academy, to a post academy, to another academy, to the retreat, to now where she is. And it was just this whole beautiful, like journey with her, and for her to have this new outlook within, this new outlook of like coming home. That's kind of been her theme after going through a divorce and some just stuff, life stuff. It's just this whole new outlook of, seeing herself one way to starting to see herself with this whole new outlook within. And how she shared, like, she felt messy and she felt like a hot mess, as she said, but she just kept showing up, and she just kept showing up. And she said, fake it till you make it. But I don't like the word fake it. I think that you just do it until you prove it. And she's proven it to herself that she's like a totally new person. And it was in herself the entire time. It was within. It wasn't without. And so it was just so many nuggets. And Jill, I just want to give you a shout out, because I listened to it multiple times, and it kept repeating in my mind throughout the week. And that's what the mantras do for me, that my mantras do, our mantras, they always just kind of like come up during the week, and they always just kind of like give me new little insights and new things to ponder. One mantra, the more that you focus on it, the deeper it goes throughout the week. So throughout the week, I was just thinking about this new outlook within and how we can shift that perspective, you know, and it was just so amazing. So thank you, Jill, for that. And it also made me so proud to see you ladies starting to create your own mantras. Because when you can personalize the mantra, all of a sudden it takes on a whole nother meaning, right? When you make it your own, it changes everything. And so I know a lot of you are camera shy or audio shy, but if you have a mantra that you want to share or a mantra that comes through, right? And you want to just like send me an email and be like, oh my gosh, great mantra. Like, send them to me. You know, I love mantras. You know how much a mantra makes me happy. And they've really been the foundation for my work and for so many of you. So if you have a mantra that comes through for you and you just want to send me the mantra, send it to me. Better yet, if you want to say the mantra like Jill did and get out of your comfort zone and share it, you don't know how many people said that really resonated with me. And I listened to this one time I listened to something that was talking about, and this really hit home for me. It was talking about when we have something to share or we have a gift, how selfish of us to not share and to tell people. So often, and this is me included, we have fear, or we're afraid of public speaking. We're afraid of how it's going to come across. We're afraid that we're going to sound silly. And when you break through that and realize like that's pretty selfish to like hold this message that could save somebody's life literally or get them out of their own way, how selfish of us to not spread that message because of how it's going to be perceived. It really is the most selfish thing ever. Because I fear public speaking or speaking in front of people, I'm not going to go share this thing that could change somebody's life. Like, and that's really helped me because I'm like, you know what? When you start to get rid of that clutter and just show up and you realize this can change someone's life. So many people said, that really resonated with me. I can totally relate. Like, that was so powerful. So if you have a message or a mantra that you want to share with us, get it out there. Get out of your own way and share it. And guess what? If you're so nervous and you want to get on camera, but you want a support system, let's do it together. So we'll get on the mantra on the podcast together and we'll share that mantra because these little nuggets are life-changing. They are absolute life-changing. And they're just so incredible to start building that library and to kind of, hear what's going through your brain or what's going through your life or what's helping you through your life in this time. So please, if you got a mantra, want to share a mantra, want to get on with me and talk about the mantra, let me know. Powerful stuff. All right. Let's now shift gears to a really yummy recipe. Super simple, and really good. So butternut squash, okay? We got butternut squash, and that's on the recipe for this week. You can spiralize it, you can cube it, you can do all kinds of things with it. So I'm going to share with you 2 different ways that we're going to make this simple salad with the pomegranate seeds. So good. Adds for that little crunch. Okay. I made this little bowl. Isn't this cute? I made this little bowl at this little pottery place with Nicolette. Let go of your mind and then be mindful. Personalized little bowl makes all the difference. Okay, so here we go. Super simple recipe using kale. I chopped up this kale, de-stemmed it because you want to make sure whenever you're using kale that you take it off the stem because that stem is really fibrous and can cause blockage and it's bitter and disgusting. So you want to make sure that you take it off the stem, chop it up really fine. And I have 2 of these jars, so I have got dinner for tonight as well. So you can either saute the kale up or just do it raw. Today I'm going to do it raw. We haven't totally hit the fall feels yet. It's still almost 80 degrees. So I'm doing a little bit of a colder salad. So the recipe calls for, 3 to 4 cups of kale, but at the same time, Kale's a free food on our meal plans, so all you have to do is have at as much as you want, okay? So we've got the kale, and then I'm gonna add in some tomatoes. This isn't included in that recipe, but they're sitting here on my counter and it sounds good. So I'm gonna throw some tomatoes right here into the mix. And handful of tomatoes, okay? And, okay, so then you have your options of, this is how it's simple creative, because even though the recipe says spiralized and also includes you can cube, there's another fun way that you can also make this salad, which is what I'm gonna do today and I'm gonna share with you in a minute. So we're not gonna put the butternut squash into the salad quite yet. I'm just gonna put all the toppings and the ingredients in, okay? There we go. And now we are going to add in the dressing. So if you recall the Dijon, signature Dijon dressing, I'm gonna make it out of here. I have plenty in here, but I always like to make it in, I don't wanna lose any of the mustard, so I'm gonna throw in about a 1/4 cup of the mustard, because I've got quite a few servings of the mustard in here, and this is gonna serve me for the next few days. So I'm gonna put a little bit of water in there, and then we're gonna do a little pinch of stevia or your preferred choice of sweetener right into there. Because remember that sweetener, it just kind of kicks the bite, and most dressings have that sugar in there, so we're just kind of helping it out. Okay, and then of course add any seasonings that you want. If you wanted to add pepper, doesn't really need salt. If you wanted to add anything, you can add a little bit of pumpkin spice if you wanted to. Red pepper flakes, whatever you want. This is the signature just by itself. Dijon, the mustard, any mustard, but I chose Dijon. I chose balsamic, little sweetener, little water, mix it up and you're good to go. So now I'm just gonna pour a little bit of this into here, okay? And remember, the secret is in the toss. So now I'm gonna toss this all so generously. All right, we're almost there. Believe it or not, we are almost there. Okay, so you want to toss, toss, toss. The secret is in the toss. All right, then another ingredient that I'm adding that is not in the recipe, but I had some onions that I wanted to add in. Give it a little bit more of a fall flavor. So we got some onions. Back to the toss, the toss, the toss. Okay, there we go. And then now we have our 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds. So I'm just gonna eye this in here. I've got a mix of the shelled and the non-shelled. All have a little bit of salt, so that's why I don't need to add any extra salt to this. But I mix these up. So I've got a mix of these pumpkin seeds that are a little shelled, like roasted pumpkin seeds, and then these green ones have no shell. Okay, such a great source of fat, especially this time of year. I'm just gonna toss. Okay, all right, we're almost there. Now we've got our pomegranates. So these are fun, they're in season. We're gonna do a 1/4 cup of pomegranates right into there. Yum. Love pomegranates. And as you can see, I get them in this little cup. I mean, you can get a real pomegranate. Usually it's about a 1/4 cup is about a half of a pomegranate, but it's kind of a tedious task to get the pomegranate seeds out. So you can, absolutely, or you can just get these store, you know, already ready, are ready to go, RTG. And I'm just gonna keep mixing. Okay, and now here we go. We are going to plate this puppy. So I have my butternut squash here, and you know butternut squash, it comes with that long tube. So I cut it and got the top of it here, and I'm going to use this as my bowl, and I'm gonna put the salad inside. Then what I did with the end is I broiled up the ends, and I made chips. Can you hear me? You probably can't hear me, but it's crispy. Can you hear it? I can hear it. Just trust me. It's crispy. It's a chip. butternut squash chips. So I made these, and you can add these to the salad, or you can do it in this beautiful little bowl that we have. And these chips are so incredible. And just another way to use a butternut squash. So you've got the bowl, and this is just a creative, fun way to do it, right? And then I've got the chips. So you have two different options of how to do this. This is a little bit softer, and I threw this in the air fryer, believe it or not. Just by itself, I put this in there on 400 for about 20 minutes, and it came out absolutely perfect. So the air fryer works fantastic if you want to just kind of like set it and forget it. And so that was great. So now I'm going to add my salad right into here. And we've got ourselves this amazing, I'm not going to be able to fit all of this in here, as you can see, but I'm not going to overflow it because it's all about the presentation. And then what I'm going to do is just enjoy the salad in the bowl as the side dish. But we've got ourselves this incredible fall kale salad with the seeds and the pomegranates. OMG. I am obsessed. Obsessed. You know, I think that we really created something amazing here. I'm just saying. And you've got these beautiful pomegranates that are perfect for this time of year. Really seasonal and delicious. Check this out. I wish you could just, oh my goodness, it's amazing. So there you have it. Simple, creative way to make this recipe and have it so presentation perfect for the holidays. And this, my friends, would be an incredible salad to serve as a side dish with your lean protein at a party. So there's no protein in here. I'm going to put the protein on the side. Chicken, shrimp, whatever sounds good. Chicken usually is like what sounds good for me with this. But this is such a beautiful, isn't this amazing? So Thanksgiving salad needs to be served like this. I'm just saying. All right? Absolutely fantastic. All right, so you ladies, give this a try. The recipe's in our favorite little new section there. I added a few extra additions with the tomatoes and the onions, and then the bowl, you know, so it's just the butternut squash in the bowl in the air fryer, so super easy and simple. And I created this amazing situation. So give it up for another creative, simple recipe. With that being said, have the best day ever. I've got a dog that's needing my attention. You can, hey, wait. So I'm going to sign off, but share your gratitude post. Share right here. Continue to share, because what we focus on grows, and we're growing this enormous gratitude junkie sisterhood right here. All right, ladies, have a great day. Give this a try, and I'll connect with you real soon.